for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. And for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun of 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold, bang roll, on the go, ice wall, ice wall, ice wall. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I miss my baby, so I hit them on the FaceTime. I need it all for them, so no, I cannot waste time. Facing these oceans, feel the water on my waistline. We trust the process and my only know it takes time. You can get it, got no worries, I'm gon' make mine. Going global, I'ma get it out the state lines. Paying taxes at a more than what you make now. Different bracket, eating off a different plate now. For my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. And for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. On my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not puzzle making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 For real, for real, really real, really real, really real, really real, for real, for real, for real, for real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just where I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. What the hell to get to this, for real.
Good morning all. Yes sir. Hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good, happy. Today is Thursday. See how all systems go, we look good. Hope everyone is doing good. Let's get it. Have a look at the calendar. Today we have a bit of unemployment claims. Yesterday they did cut rates as expected. 3.75. So they did cut rates. See a 25.25% rate cut in the statement. Didn't really see too much business in the statement here. It ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till it's over. I mean, labor market is the one, man. Labor market been struggling. So if labor market's still struggling, Mike. Oh. Okay, now we should be good. So like I said, labor market is the big one, man. Labor market. If labor market continues to struggle, we're going to see issues. Not issues, actually. They're going to continue to probably try to reduce rates. But inflation is ticking up here. Big battle. Do they prioritize labor market or inflation? Now, obviously, Jerome is blaming Trump for tariffs. Trump is blaming Jerome. It's a conflict. It's a conflict. So we're seeing that pressure happen there, right? Coming back to the charts here, looking at the analysis. Daily time frame closing bullish yesterday at daily resistance. 4-hour time frame closing bearish here. Pretty messy range. We can see a lot of choppiness. This is quite clean what we built here. But where we go from now, we don't know. We have a lot of weekly resistance. We're sitting at 4-hour resistance, previous dailies, daily resistance, 4-hour supports. We have it all. We have it all, so we want to be careful of that stuff. Moving down, retested this previous 1 hour, bounced off it. Right now, 1 hour candle closing bullish for now. We are mixed bias, so I feel like if we start to create a bullish candle here, maybe close below here, we can go back and retest these lows here. Definitely possible. Not really a top wick on the 1 hour, so we'd like to see that make a top wick. I wonder if this is a buy above here, if we could take a tight little buy. I want to adjust this to the 5 actually. So that's going to be better. .30-minute, 1 hour above there would flip the 1 hour bullish. It's very tight range, but there could be a sneaky little buy back up above these highs, 23-point range. Below here we have about 30 pip range, 37 pip range. So kind of that situation I'm looking at the moment here. I'm not really set on one direction. Daily is very bullish here, you know, but we tap daily resistance, rejection from the highs. 4-hour time frame, strong bearish candle close. But I mean, every time we have a strong bearish candle close, I mean, this is just a range and we're in the middle of the range. So it's the worst place. Worst place to be in the range is the middle, because it's the indecision zone, right? We can go up, we can go down, right? So that's the problem. Like, look how much indecision here in the middle, right? We go up, we come down, we ended up going up, but we started to break up here. Here, up, down we had, here, indecision. So we need to see what happens, right? What do we pick to do? But those are basically some of the ranges we can deal with. Looking at the DAX here, on the other hand, daily ended up closing bullish here, but now we have a strong 4-hour pullback, and this pullback is respecting the 4-hour support at the moment. So I feel like I'm more bullish on DAX here for some potential upside, especially if we start to break above these ranges here. We can move up potentially into these next ranges here as the previous 15, right? So let's have a look here. 15, 1 hour time frame is closing bullish, no top wick on the 1 hour. We are seeing 15-minute close bullish, 5-minute no structure. So I'd like to see some 5-minute structure here first. Now, one thing I do notice is continuations are not working. Right, continuations are not working. Why are continuations not working? Every time we close on a new high, we pull back somewhat, right? New high, pull back first, then continuation. New high, pull back, then continuation. New high, pull back, now continuation. All. So what I would like to see is I would like to see maybe a close above, then a pullback, and then I buy that pullback would be a bit safer. I'd even find that a little bit better. Now, 15-minute close above has seemed to work here. So I wouldn't mind a 15-minute close above, but a 5-minute close above, I would prefer to see a pullback. But if I see a 15-minute candle close above, yeah, it would be a little bit different. So let's see what happens. Broker saying market closed. Yeah, maybe because it's not Frankfurt open at that time yet. So maybe your broker's adjusted to opening at Frankfurt open. Mine is open now, moving the same as TradingView. Spreads look good. 1 minute time frame, no gaps. Oh, it looks alright today actually. Looks like some volume is back. So let's have a quick look, see what GJ has done for now. Yeah, we're getting a bit messy. We have a nice candle close on daily, strong candle close on the daily here. 4-hour time frame, little bit messy though. That's the problem, right? So we're not like that straight breakout like we had day before yesterday. That was, I would say, maybe an exception. Because now we're back to this kind of rangy stuff. But in the range here, what are we? Towards the top of the range. Yeah, I don't like the market position of GJ right now to take buys. I mean, I could technically take buys from here back up towards the top of the range. 15 pips for 15. Yeah, it could work. But I really feel like I want to be in from lower here. So if we could pull back, I'll be happy with that. Look to capitalize off that and then take it from there. So yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan here. So let's see how gold forms here. If we want to close below this range to continue down, possibly. 1 hour time frame, I would prefer there's a top wick. We're going to cross check that on broker. See, yeah, no top wick on broker. So I would love to see that. DAX has just made a top wick on the 1 hour now. So if we can close above here, DAX in 2 minutes could be an option, but I would love to see 5-minute structure. We have great 1-minute structure, so it might not be something too necessary. See what type of range we're dealing with. 17 for 24. Yeah, we'd have to use this as a break-even spot then. So let's see what ends up happening and take it from there. I do like how the 1 minute's forming. See, so we do have a lot of stuff here. It's not just a straight push like this. This is problematic. Straight pushes. This has some more beef to it, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, this is what I'm looking for today. So if you guys understood the analysis, enjoyed, you know the drill, leave a like on the stream, would appreciate it. Let's go get the likes up to 100 and let's see what's happening. FTMO is back in India. Should I move to FTMO from Top Step or stay in future? Any guide will be appreciated. I don't understand why. I don't understand the logic, in my opinion. So what would be your benefit to moving to FTMO would be my question. Because you'd have to restart, right? Why you'd have to restart a challenge. Why not trade both if that's an option for you? You know? I mean, for me, I don't see needing to jump. That you just have, okay, FTMO's open, let me run an FTMO challenge as well. Trade futures NY, trade FTMO London if you, or trade them both together. So we have about 44 seconds for this candle to close. Typical what DAX has been doing recently, rip right before the close. But here's the interesting fact. If you run the statistics of recently, not in the previous, but recently, the next candle continuation is 50-50. 50% of them continue, 50% of them dump. I don't like to trade on a 50-50. So personally for me, I want to see that 5-minute structure come through. Or a very deep bottom wick. Very deep bottom wick, retesting back into the zone, leaving the zone. Not bad, not bad. But I mean, if you trust this just to continue up for today, then I guess it is an option. Just on the 15. Stop loss would be where? Let's have a look here. Yeah, nothing on 5 protecting it. GJ closed above 15, although at mid-range, not even mid-range, higher range. We're at the top of the range on GJ, so it's even worse. See gold's close here, so close bullish but rejecting here. If we can get a close below here, might be nice for downside continuation. Took the buys on the 8 a.m. 50-minute candle, your time on Nikkei. Nice. Yeah, I'm not analyzing Nikkei. It's not something I'm trading, but not against it. If that's going to be your next question. Definitely not. Yesterday we traded FOMC. I didn't stream London yesterday, was out in the morning, but traded NY. FOMC day, always a bit scary to trade FOMC day, but small win got here. I actually was supposed to get in earlier than this. I was supposed to get in earlier than this, but it flew very fast. Very fast for me to make a decision, not decision, but for me to I actually placed a buy stop and was going to drag it to where my entry was going to be. But it already jumped up. But at least it gave me a second option later. If I got the first option, easy 1 to 2 risk to reward on that one. But hey, making something on FOMC day, you can't complain, right? You can't complain. I think now I'm on like a 6 trade win streak on US 30, which is nice. It's been pretty clean. Wish I discovered it earlier in the summer. Now, the problem is I have to work on it, right? I can't discover something and then just jump in it. That's not my style. Gold was not bad last year. No, December is not necessarily bad. I mean, like, if you look at yesterday, FOMC day on assets, we had volume. It's not like there was not volume. Like, tons of volume here. You know? This was open yesterday. This was open. We had, you know, continuation. If you look at gold, gold is a little bit choppy. Gold is choppy, yes. But overall, assets are not all ranging together. You know? Which first position you're talking about? The one in the group, man, on the live stream. If you're still there. We're on the live stream. We took it together. Some guys got in. They were fast. Bro, please Euro USD? What about Euro USD? What do you want me? What please USD? So if you took DAX on the 15 here, it is an option. And you just trust it to work itself out during the day. But honestly, I would love something like this right now. I don't want to be a buyer here. I want to be a buyer somewhere here. If we could get that, doesn't even have to change structure. Just another pullback. And I'd be a buyer on a discount. I totally accept that I could just fly now. But I don't mind because I wanted deeper retests. Very close to this zone. NQ 50-minute buys look good. I tried it. Let's see NQ. How she's doing today. 15 closed above. 4 hours deep close bearish. Daily time frame bullish. So mixed bias. We're at daily support. We rejected previous 4 hour. You have change of structure. 1 hour candle closed bearish. Now breaking the high. You need to watch this previous 1 hour. Might have some problems if anything. 5 minute has a little bit of structure. Yeah, I don't think it's too bad of a shot. On 15, not on 5. Just need to watch all these previous wick zones. You can have some headache. Yeah, like up here. Up here at around 25.10 sometimes can give some headache. So if we can't clear that, then it would be a bit scary. Otherwise, yeah, it's a shot. It's a shot. Why don't you trade Euro USD, GBP USD? They're popular pairs. Is there any reason? No, no particular reason. If I wanted to trade them, I could, but I don't want to be trading multiple pairs. You know? I want to trade only a few pairs. You're full bearish on Nas? Follow your plan, brother. Follow your plan. It's all dependent on time frame. He could get a 1-to-1 that could set up for your potential sells. You know? Same with gold, right? You said you're full bearish on gold. Gold is pushing up now. People could have made money. Made money on this push up. But maybe your plan comes later. Right? So that's the point, is it doesn't matter. It's all respective of where you're looking. Because you saying at this point here, you're full bearish on gold. People now could have taken buys following their plan from down here, and now they're already hit TP. So it's you know, it's all respective of what zones you have and how you want to play it. For me, I was a bit more mixed today. I wanted buys above here, sells below there. I thought that made sense for me. We can see the buys playing out, but unfortunately it didn't give me a candle confirmation, which is one of my rules. I'm long in Euro USD. Profit, should I hold it? Depends time frame, man. I can't tell you. If you're long on a 1 minute time frame, holding it's gonna matter, right? Daily time frame, different scenario, right? So it depends where you're long, but you know, we've had a big push up here, so retesting into this zone, definitely at a target. Daily time frame looks good. 4 hour time frame, you're very close to 4 hour resistance, so a major target for me would be that 4 hour resistance at 1.17. That would be a major target for me. Yeah, you can see how GJ reacting off top of the range as well. Didn't like that zone, right? Luckily, it never broke high, so it's respecting price action, which is good to see. DAX, what are we doing with DAX? Beautiful continuation of the 15 now. That should be close to a 1-to-1. Yeah, it is close to a 1-to-1. Actually, no, 36 it ended up being. 36, my bad. So 1-to-1 is up here. Anyways, you're definitely cooking in profit. Anyone who wanted to give it the 15-minute shot, congrats to you guys. Could have been a more difficult trade, but it decided to be nice, not give you need to hold drawdowns. How many 5-minute candles we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th candle we're working on. So yeah, just based off this data, we've had all breakout, pullback, breakout, pullback, breakout, pullback. I wanted to see a bottom wick minimum. Bottom wick minimum. Then I can look for the big continuation for myself. But like I said, it's an option if you don't mind holding through pullbacks. So if you don't mind holding through pullbacks, what's the risk? Well, the risk is that that pullback stops you out. That's the only risk. But your idea can still play out during the day. So sometimes it's okay to take that risk. I don't mind them. I don't mind them at all. Profit is over 5K. I don't want to risk it. How much did you risk to begin with? Right? Don't focus on profit. We're actually at targets, right? Break even on NASDAQ. Let's see the NASDAQ trade, how it's going. Yeah, what you break even off? Maybe that previous 1 hour level. Did we just tap it? No, a little bit higher I would feel before I go break even, personally. I like it so far, to be honest. So for me, I'm just maybe mental break even here, no 1 minute structure, so it might have to retest your entry. That's just my personal opinion. Because yeah, for me at least needs to tap the 1 hour before I decide to move. Otherwise, I allow it to at least retest my entry and see how it reacts. What's that? 16 points, stop loss 28 points. Probably could get away with 19 point stop loss. No 1 minute structure, that's why I'm BE. Well, that's the wrong thought process. That's the wrong thought process in my opinion. I don't like that thought process. That if there's no 1 minute structure, you move break even. Because if anything, then you're increasing the chances for you to come back to break even, believe it or not. And, you know, that means you don't trust your idea. So if there's a reason not to trust your idea and you feel like you just wanted to give it a shot, fine. But if you are trusting your idea to continue, then that is not going to be the play. That is not going to be the play. So I only do that if, let's say I'm taking a breakout trade today. And I'm looking for a breakout trade above this level here. And then I see price break out and I'm expecting a straight push. But then the push comes like this, not full power, and then there's no 1 minute structure before the breakout, and now we start to create resistance. Then I might be like, look, I'm not comfortable. I expected it just volume to continue. But many times, if I'm expecting a clean breakout, I don't mind if 1 minute pushes, comes back, makes structure and continues. What if you didn't even look at the 1 minute time frame? What about considering that? Right? Imagine you couldn't have access to the 1 minute time frame. Now look at your trade. See if that makes a difference to your decision process. Because sometimes 1 minute will manipulate your decision. So I tell a lot of the guys I work with, and you know, when we chat together on Zoom, I tell them a lot of the time when some of their problems are over management, when some of their problems are closing TP too early, I told them for next week, when you're trading, you don't have access to the 1 minute time frame. If you open the 1 minute time frame, you pay me $50. So both ways I win, because either they're going to get better or I'm going to make $50. You have to earn the right to use the 1 minute time frame to manage. Anyways, we're getting a rejection here on this candle. Was gonna come at some point, I felt. Problem is, if you're still in this trade, now you have to make a management decision, right? Are you gonna be happy to hold through the pullback? Or are you gonna say, hey, okay, I call it quits, because not enough to close TP yet. How long are your longest drawdown streaks? What is considered drawdown streak? I'm never really in drawdown for a long amount of time. I don't let that happen. But what sometimes happens is I slip into profit, then come back into drawdown, then slip back into profit, slip back into drawdown. You could be in that stage, maybe end your month minus 2% or something. Minus 2, minus 3%. So that's the thing. But I never just go loss, 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 loss. 3 losses in a row, I take a massive step back. I really see what's going on. So that's like one of my hard rules, is that if I take 3 losses in a row, I check, okay, what is going on? Because out of probabilities, 3 losses in a row is probable, but there is something that's happening, you know? Now, there is an exception though. If those 3 losses are really spaced apart, then it's okay, because it's just spaced apart, you know? See how gold's doing here. Gold now pushing up through that range there. So we're coming into this next range here. See what 5 minute is saying. What do you mean by spaced apart? Well, maybe let's say you get 1 position at the beginning of the week and then 2 break evens. And then next week, Monday, you take another loss. And then you should have taken a win, but you got scared because of the 2 losses you've had. So you move break even, it tapped break even, but would have hit TP. And now you've taken, and then you get frustrated with that. So you FOMO into your next trade and you of course lose it. So is that really 3 losses in a row that have been enough to say there's something's changed? Or, you know, it's not the strategy that it is the problem, it's you that's the problem, which is majority of the case. I don't think there's a time where my strategy has failed me, but I have failed myself a lot of times. A lot of times. So I know for a fact my strategy is bulletproof long term, but a lot of the time it's me who fails myself, right? I just end up failing myself. So we have nice close above here, but again, are you happy doing, it's the same scenario as DAX actually now. Are you happy running 60 pip stop and expecting price to just continue bullish the whole day again and again? Personally, I want to see 5-minute structure. Same way DAX is pulling back right now. You see that? Now you would be in drawdown, right? If you're holding, you have this big long bearish rejection candle. Not what I want to be part of. You never got your 1-to-1. But now I can use this to maybe catch a trade and continue this move bullish, because I'll be buying from essentially almost a discount. Let's put the live stream link. Also, guys, stay around. I have an announcement for today. Very important announcement. I'll probably have to write it. Love you, Harry. Next president of Dubai. Shout out to you, man. But I'm not going to become a sheikh of Dubai. We don't have a president here. First, let them give me a passport. Then we can think about that. That's the next step here. Because when you're born in Dubai, you don't get a passport. You don't become a citizen. You're only still a resident. Setup 3 would be nice, huh? This close bearish setup 3 would be a shot. Definitely a shot. Ask your mate, the prince, to get you one. I mean, you could probably ask for one, but there have to be a reason, because you see, so they do give, they have been giving passports to like really smart people or like famous people, so there has to be something. How do you get a British passport if you're not born in the UK? Because I'm not fake British. So I'm actually British heritage, mother's British, father. I'm not a British immigrant, so it's different. First month trading up 4%. It's good, man, but you have to remember, first month, it's not going to be enough to prove you're profitable, man. If I had to say, and I'm probably the only guy on the internet who's going to be honest with you, it's not going to last, right? Until you actually focus on learning and gathering data and focus on building a suitable strategy with good risk management. You're up 4% right now, which is great work, man, and proves to yourself that there's something that works. But how are you going to make what is working now work month after month after month and repeat the strategy without losing your cool, tilting, full margining, and all of this stuff? That's the challenge, right? People can, it's like a casino, right? People can make money once or twice, but we need to trade off probability and statistics, which is something that you don't get in the casino unless you're like counting cards or something. Do you know about MSCI and the strategy conflict regarding crypto companies? No, I didn't look into that. I didn't see the headline anyways. You entered on 4210. Where is 4210? 4210, this big candle here. All right. So you're in profits now. What's your plan for TPs? That would be the next question, right? So always plan your next move. You need to play like a grandmaster in chess. To think 5 moves, not 5, even 15 moves ahead. Right? But at least minimum 5 moves. That's what I'm always doing. When I'm in a trade, I'm thinking the next 5 moves ahead. Not 5 candles, 5 moves. If we break above here, break below here. But don't confuse yourself. Start with just thinking of one move. You know? That's going to be the next best thing, is just to think of one move. What's the next thing? If price closes above here, am I going to hold? Yes or no? First step. Answer that question. Right? Trade based off that. For me, at my stage, if I was in from down here, I'd be like, where is my resistance? Well, my next strong resistance is going to be the 4 hour. This previous 4 hour. So we've crossed it twice. Okay, that is something I can consider now. What is it on lower time frame? It's a 30-minute, a 50-minute resistance. Fair enough. Let me see the reaction at here. So then I go see the reaction. Do we have 5-minute structure? No. Have we been holding higher lows? Yes. Have we tapped our top of our range, right? This was the bottom of our range. This is now the top. This is the range we're trading in. This should be TP1 minimum. Until we get outside of here, there's going to be no continuation. If it's not my plan to continue out this range, then I'm securing here. If I'm looking for a bigger picture today to be bullish, which personally, the technicals don't suggest that we're fully bullish today, then I'm holding, right? I expect this to make structure and continue up, right? That's more than 5 moves I've just explained. So now I feel comfortable in my trade because I've talked about what is happening on the charts and my technical analysis. I know what I'm doing, so I'm not going to make emotional decisions because I've read the chart and I've put, hey, now, if this plan fails, meaning it doesn't create structure and continue up to finish my full plan and reach up here, right, which is my full plan, and it fails and comes back towards my entry, then I was just wrong in executing my full plan. Right? That means, hey, I need to go back and I need to see why today was not able to continue. What is something I missed? And I can tell you from now, it's the way we've had 4 hour candles closing, right? That's not going to help your hypothesis of full upside. You know, that's the problem, right? Is when you have this candle closing bearish like this, it's maybe not going to help that hypothesis. So you can go back and account to that and maybe say, hey, there's maybe a situation when I'm up a 1 to 2 risk to reward to close 50% and make 1%. At least I have that locked in. Right? I don't agree with it, man, for me, that buy, because there's no structure. Same scenario on DAX, right? That's why I didn't take it, right? This is what I wanted to avoid, and I am avoiding it. But I mean, you just have to... Problem is, stops have to go all the way below here if you want to try to survive that. Yeah, below 15 is minimum. Still makes sense. Okay, this is nice. I've actually missed this entry here. This could have been an entry right here. Fun. I think it was valid, man, at least to get back to the top of the range. Next candle will be open, so it's better to go on this candle than next, right? See what's up. Beautiful bottom wick. I mean, it might end up break even because it's pretty hard not to go unless there's, yeah, you have 1 minute structure. Yeah, you have to basically either allow it to respect that 1 minute structure or go break even. So you have two choices, but I won't allow it to be a full loss. Look at NASDAQ. How is it doing? Is it continuing up or what? Yeah, it still looks good, man. I don't have any issues with NASDAQ here. 5 minute structure now creating. If that 5 minute structure breaks, there is issues though. See it 3 minutes. See this chart here? This looks like NASDAQ. Yeah, entered there. Let my retest, then move stops below the 5 minute wick. Yeah, that's good management. 5 minute range is a good spot to maybe go hard break even. This you're barely going to lose anything. Worth it in my opinion to leave stops here. I think it's worth it. I would do the same. It's the same as the 1 minute structure. Has to respect that. So I think it's worth it. What are you going to lose here? 2 points? Yeah, 3.5 points. It's nothing. It's worth it. It's also the low of the 15, I'm assuming. No, it's not. The low of the 15. That's another place you could put stops as well. The low of the 15 to manage it there as well. But I think if it can continue this 1 minute structure, it looks great. But like I said here, too early to move to break even. How many people move to break even here? Need to allow the retest. In my opinion, when I trust it. Now it's okay. Now I can see it. I was up during Asian session and looking at gold. Apparently sells were possible, but I didn't find an entry. Too many 4-hour levels. Daily and bullish. Can you take a look? Tell me if I overthought or should I take in an entry? Let's have a look. 15. Stuck at daily here. This one's close to this level here. Probably only this level here. And then did you have pullbacks at that time? You did. Yeah, that's your only entry. This one here. Like that. This one's nice actually. Then break even at previous range, or at least watch what happens at previous range. 5 minute structure. If you didn't have the 5 minute structure, no, wouldn't take it. Wouldn't take it. Probably only that. The rest is a little bit tough. I mean, selling here is very close to this, but you could do it. You could do this sell as well. You could do that. All right, 1 minute for the open here. I was frustrated watching paint dry. Didn't look like paint dry, man. It was moving pretty nice. How much move did you get in Asian here? Asian 300 pip move is very good. Not really paint drying for me at 300 pips. This candle needs to close above here. Not finding an entry. I think you could have gone on two different scenarios there. One definitely makes total sense. That one's clear. The second one I showed you a little bit more complex. Nice bottom wick here. Yeah, if this can flip and break the high, I'm probably going to give it a shot. Looking a bit deep bottom wick now. I have to run stops here. Could I get away with here? 20 points. If it broke the high, yes, I feel like I could. Because then it shouldn't need to reverse. Buying to 30? No, wick fill. Wick fill first. Yeah, I think this is a bit deep at the moment, this candle closed, so I deleted the buy stop for now. I'm just gonna see what it is. We'll miss your announcement. We'll put it in chat. Yeah, you guys are fine. Don't worry about it. Cheers, cheers. Good luck, man. DAX open with more volume than gold. Pretty normal for DAX. DAX has these crazy opens. It's how it works. Gold. Let's see what gold has done now. Should be moving a bit down. Yeah. Silver is the new gold. Silver's been a good pair for a while. I have some friends who trade silvers and they're pretty good. How would you suggest me to hold gold now? I mean, I kind of advised against entering gold, right? Like, it's hard to tell you how I'd hold because there was no 5-minute structure. You had nothing there. We're mixed bias. So like I said, you have to be fully bullish for the day. You know? You have to like look at the size of the candle. That means you expect this next candle to make a 60 pip move up here. So that means you're full bullish for the day. And that was not really my plan. No structure as well, like I was saying. So you have to hold through this. I mean, that was nice. It tried, but it's just now we close back in the range, decreases probabilities. But it's a short, you know, as a setup. Just that was your risk of it, right? That's why I didn't want to go in it. But if you're happy to accept that risk, what can you do? You're going to be wrong. Or it's going to respect somewhere here and eventually make its way up. How's DAX doing? Big liquidity grab here. Took out full. What time was this? 10:15. Let's see. Yeah, that's Asian low. So we just took out the Asian low. Wonder if we could buy back up. Let's see if it gives us a chance to buy back up from Asian low. Let's see. To be fair, DAX needed a liquidity grab. Yeah, it's not a harm. Definitely not a harm. It is a harm for people who didn't buys, right? For those people who took that 15-minute buys a bit early, oof. Unlucky, unlucky. Asian low is lower on DAX? No, that is a wrong Asian low. That is a big misconception for people to think that this is Asian low. That is market low, right? Daily low. So you have Asian low and you have daily open low. So this is your daily open low is here. That's your daily open low. But that's not your Asian low. Your Asian low is actually this one. Because you measure it based on 4-hour candles. I can explain after the stream if you want. So now we're making, this is our daily high. Actually, no, this is our daily high here. And this is our daily low. So Asian low is not this low. This is daily low. Asian low is different. That's why when I was checking this low here, I was looking at the time. I was checking what time is it. What video on this? There is, right? There is. Do you provide signals on social media platforms like Telegram? No, you just give me your account and I will trade everything for you. I'll come to your house, I'll press the buttons for you, I'll do everything you need me to do it. Whatever you need. If you put $100, I can return $10,000 for you. Don't really need to do much. It's a get rich quick scheme. So really, people, they lie to you on the internet saying that this is a difficult skill, it takes time to learn. That's all bullshit, right? All you have to do is just get involved. Give me your money. Just give me your money right now, and then next week it will be worth 10,000. It's just how we work. All these other guys don't know how to trade. That's the problem. So they tell you that, listen, this is a skill that takes time. This is a skill that takes effort. But in reality, they're just shit traders, right? They don't know how to put risk on the table. They don't put their money where their mouth is. But I do, right? I put your money in my mouth and maybe you don't see it again. But we won't speak about that. Let's focus on the charts now, because I have a lot of people I need to make money. Otherwise, they're going to be upset. At this point, it's probably better you take the money than giving it to some scammer. Yeah, that's the problem, man. That's the problem. But the problem is I give them a chance. I give them a chance. As management, I close half in gold. I don't like closing half, because now if it goes back in profit, you're going to not make anything. At TP, you're going to make maybe a little bit. So I prefer either you close full and re-enter, or you... unless you could close half and have a plan to re-enter, right? Or you just take full stop loss. There are people on Telegram who actually does that, like asking for MT5. Yeah, I know, man. I know. I've seen it. I know people in Dubai, like some people they've stopped me on the road, not like when I was just walking, and they would tell me stories, you know? One minute is doing what? No change of structure till up here. Okay, 5 minutes about to close. Let's see if it closes bullish. I told you, Bentley, man. Why close? I told you, just let it hit stop. Why you put it there in first place? I disagree with these half close in very rare scenario. You put stop there for that reason. Here, this is a good place to close half at entry again. Yeah, that I can agree. That I can agree. At entry to close half. Fine, you could do that. Because you're saying, look, I don't really trust this trade as much as I did before. Let me close half at entry. That's okay. Five-minute closed doji here. 5-minute closed doji. Question: why don't you offer copy trading services so people get in and out with your trades? So we are planning something like that, but again, it's the clientele is the problem. I'll be honest. If you have some guy who's on his last 500 bucks, deposit it into the broker for you to copy trade, and you're returning 2% a month, and maybe you have a slow month, this guy's just gonna yap. Then he's gonna go on the internet and yap on the internet and put all these negative reviews and all of this because he doesn't understand long-term growth. You take a client with $100,000 and you return them on average 2% a month, they're gonna keep their mouth shut. They're gonna be very happy and appreciate your service. You're gonna get your profit split. You're gonna make way more than this guy with 500 bucks would have made, okay? Because you're getting, 2%. You're making that on 100,000. You're gonna have way more less stress. He's happy because he's returning more than he would return in the stock market, more than anywhere else, and he's not gonna yap on the internet unless you do something stupid and lose his capital more than he expected. Ask a 10K fee? Exactly. So that's why you would set the barrier high, but not many people. We are planning it. Second reason, I'm happy to do it. I've done something like that as well in the past with bigger capital, but only one. So we're planning to do a pool. Second thing is we find a partner to do that with. You need a trusted broker, a trusted firm. The last problem I have, which is why I stopped, the last problem is legal reasons. Right? Although I trade and I've always traded for myself, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. I'm not a licensed financial person. I like to work legitly. That is a leak. Because here in this country, it is illegal for me to accept someone's money and trade it without having some sort of SCA accreditation. Now that SCA accreditation is attainable. It is attainable and it costs maybe around $25,000. To get that, right? And then you just do a couple of things, you sign a couple of declarations, you get your lawyer involved to make sure that the contract between you and the other person is legit, right? Because for me, I would take it seriously. In our industry, we've had a lot of cowboys who have done the same thing and lost a lot of people money that they could not afford to lose. And it is very, very serious matter. Whenever someone gives you money, they are not your friend anymore. They expect you to be almost a slave, right? Because you need to return them something. And the minute they are not happy and they've invested into you, it's not just a you suck, it's a total retaliation. Look at people on the internet when it comes to day to day. Imagine when they invest money. So you need to have this whole framework set up, and we are doing it. In the future, we will have a solution for that. But whether you can afford to be in it will be up to you, right? Because we want a certain clientele in that. I want to use my skill to make money off it because it's easy. But maybe it's easier for me just to milk prop firms or it's a lot of thought. But yeah, it would be a scenario. Those copy trading services never end well. Yeah, because they're cowboys, man. They're cowboys. They're not doing it in a legit way. Not to think it will be a lot of pressure. I think if things go bad, it will be pressure, but that's pressure I've trained for. I'm also trying to aim for 2%. So if I have a 2%, 3% month, I call it. So I get that, take a couple of trades, call it. So it will be temporary pressure. If I can return 24, 25% a year, I think that is really good. Let's go back to gold, see what gold is doing at the moment. We're just ranging here for now. What is your major goal for 26? Man, I don't set major goals. I don't set major goals because I feel like they're limiting. Because it's good to set an absurd goal because you're so far away from it, you're going to work really hard to reach that. So I like absurd goals. I agree with those. Like, I want to buy a $10 million house. It's absurd, but doesn't mean it's not possible. So you're going to work hard towards it. But if you set a goal like, I want to make 10K a trade, and the other week you have 9K in a trade, I mean, that is a goal, one trade 10K. But let's say the other week, it's setting my barrier lower, you know? So one of my goals is just to trade to my best ability, day in and day out, you know? And see where that takes me. We will see how big the barrier, we will see where I set the barrier next year. We will see, and it starts from now. I've been already going hard. I'm not waiting till next year. I've started from now. We'll see what I'm able to achieve, what difficulties I have, how I overcome them. I share that. It damages my brand, but I share that because that is the process I'm going through. I'm here to trade. Do you have a consistency rule on Top Step? Yeah, you need 5 days of $150 to take a payout. That's their consistency rule. When you're passing an account, you can't make more than 1.5K on a 50K account. Maybe speak about when they don't understand the trade and only copy signals. You lose 2-3 trades, then it's hard to enter with same lot size again if you don't understand the strategy. Yes, that's the problem with signal trading, right? But in terms of copy trading where people invest into an investment account, it could be a solution. But again, clientele matters. Anyways, guys, right? Are you taking classes from a better trader for you to become better trader over time? So it's a great question, man. And I wish I knew someone who was a way better trader than me and is legit. But unfortunately, there are a lot of guys who are a bunch of bullshit. I'm being honest. So who do I take my lessons from? I take my lessons from people in business who have done a lot in their lives, and I apply it to trading because I found that there's a lot in business that is related to trading, you know? There's a lot in business that's related to trading. But yeah, I wouldn't be against it, man. If someone, you know, who is legit, I wouldn't be against, of course, man. I pay so much money to get information from people, man. I'm always doing it. I invest in webinars. I join all of these events. I do all of this stuff. I host meetings. I pay money. Basically, I'll do stuff like this. Like, this is how it is, you know. What about books to learn new things about trading? I'm not the biggest fan, to be honest, of books. Unless you're reading a book to learn a specific strategy and you're a visual learner. Anyways, guys, I need to make an announcement. So I need you all to listen up closely. Very important announcement. So today is going to be my last day streaming. And I'm going to catch you guys next year. So I'm going to be streaming New York in the group all week. I've been doing New York. And I'm going to do that for the rest of the year. So we're taking a break, recalibrating. We've almost been at 1,000 streams. So next week is the last week of trading anyways for the year. That is when I normally call it. I'm taking an extra week off because normally on the 19th I don't trade Christmas week. But I will be back. We're going to freshen things up. We're going to come. It's been a great year. I think on the year we're about 26% in London. NY has been amazing, and I'm going to continue to trade NY in the group. I want to spend time with the guys in the group, really concentrate on them. We're doing a lot of webinars, a lot of preparation to make sure that they're set up for the year. And yeah, it's been a pleasure having you guys. I hope next year we will come back bigger. Tradesharpe will be on top, and I'm going to make sure that happens. I know people online want signals. I've never been the guy who, I've never been the guy who's tried to hype things up always, and I don't know when I'm going to come back in January, but keep alert. I'm going to be sharing all my trades in the Discord. Please join the Discord. I'm not going to add you as a friend. That would be a scammer, but please join the Discord because I'm going to be sharing my trades, and I plan at the end of the year to do one free webinar just to help you guys, for next year, like a little preparation webinar. So hopefully you guys can join for that. I'm still trading until the 19th. 19th is my last official trading day, but I'm gonna be streaming NY in the group. Really, those who have stayed with me throughout the year, I appreciate you guys sticking with me. It's been a real pleasure to have you guys. We will be back in 26, inshallah, with more records. We're gonna see biggest London stream is gonna be us. It's just when people realize the truth. So gonna take a break. I appreciate all of you who are here right now are the real ones. I have streamed to 1,000 people. I've streamed to 10 people. I've streamed right now to 250 people. Right? I've streamed right now to 250 people. But I tell you what, those who show up for me daily and are interested in my process means more than people just showing up to use me as an object, to use me as just someone who's going to provide them signals and add no value to my life. So I appreciate it all. It's been a great year. I plan for next year to be funded. I planned all this and I'm doing it already before next year. So we're already killing it. We're already ahead of schedule. I said next year I'm going to plan to take payouts from Top Step. I'm already pulling out payouts. So I just love the process that's been happening. And you guys, I appreciate you, of course, again, staying by. So take care, everyone. Have an amazing holiday and rest of the year. Please take it easy in London. I hope to see you next year as well. We're going to have a big one. And I look forward to everything opening back up. I've got a lot of DMs of people asking me if I can open the group for them. And that they want to make it in so they can practice for the rest of the year. So if you're one of those person, re-DM me. Maybe I can get you in so that I get it that you guys want to practice for the end of the year. So yes, I could give you that option if you want it. I will explain to you guys what next year will be. What next year will be for that. So appreciate you guys as always. Take the time, study, trade well, and it's been a pleasure, guys. Do keep in contact, in the group and be active. And yeah, really happy with the stream this year. I had some nice challenges that I was happy to show you. I discovered this year that for the first time that my strategy was not the problem, but I got out of it. I grew from it and I got to a better place, and I can't ask for more being a trader and showing that publicly. I did damage. I did lose people on stream because of that, but what did I get out of it? I got more benefits. I got even better trader, and I can't ask for more. And those who really see that, those are the ones who are going to succeed. So I appreciate you all. Have an amazing rest of your year. Hopefully you guys stick around. Watch the YouTube videos. I have a few more videos coming out. So that's another way you guys will see me. And yeah, appreciate you all. Much love. Take care. And trade sharp for the last time of this year. Maybe I do a surprise NY stream, so we'll see. Knowing me, I'll probably show up once for NY. That's just how I am. I'll probably be like, you know what? Let me throw on a New York stream. So yeah. Much love, guys. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good luck trading. And let's see what we can finish in NY for the rest of the year. I'll be sharing it in the Discord and Telegram as well. So take care and peace. See you guys. Much love. Hopefully see you soon.